All right, so welcome to Binge Guide, the next show, where we help you find, well, your next show.
Exactly.
And I'm Andrew.
I'm Victoria.
And we are very excited about the movie we're going to deep dive into today.
Oh, yes. Definitely a lot of buzz around this one.
Yeah, it's called Wake Up. And, well, we all love a good thriller.
Oh, for sure.
And this one looks like it could be a really interesting one.
Yeah, it's got a very unique premise, I think.
Yeah, so it centers around these eco-activists who find themselves in a bit of a predicament in a home superstore.
Yeah, it sounds like it takes that mundane setting turned nightmare trope and just runs with it.
Yeah, and it's got a security guard who's, well, he's a little bit more than just a security guard.
He's definitely got an agenda.
Yeah, so, I was reading a little bit about the filmmakers RKSS, and they've got a pretty good track record.
Oh, yeah, they've done some really interesting genre work.
Yeah, like Turbo Kid and Summer of '84.
Exactly, and Summer of '84 definitely has those thriller vibes.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what they do with this.
Me too.
Especially because it premiered at Fantastic Fest, and, it's kind of known for...
Oh, yeah. Fantastic Fest is where you go for, the really intense, the boundary-pushing films.
Exactly. So that alone makes me think that Wake Up is going to deliver on the thrills.
Absolutely. And premiering there suggests that they are going for a particular audience.
Yeah, for sure.
One that really appreciates, a good dose of horror and suspense.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the setting is so interesting, too.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say the setting is so interesting.
Like a home superstore.
Yeah, you just don't think of a home superstore as being a place where anything truly terrifying could happen.
Yeah, exactly. It's
That's
so familiar. We've all been to a home superstore.
Yeah, exactly. You go there for, appliances and light bulbs.
Right, it's supposed to be like a mundane errand.
Yeah.
And so to think about that being turned into a hunting ground is really unsettling.
Yeah, and the trailer really plays with that contrast,
Oh yeah, the trailer's great.
You've got these bright, sterile aisles. Right.
Juxtaposed with these flashes of, panic and violence.
Yeah, and then that tagline, "We are all animals and you're in my hunting ground."
Ooh, chills.
I know, right?
That is such a chilling line.
It is, and it makes you wonder too, is this just a straight up slasher or is there something deeper going on here?
That's what I was thinking too, because it almost feels like a commentary on, maybe consumerism or the darker side of human nature.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get too deep into it before we've seen it, but
Sure.
It definitely seems like there's the potential for some social commentary there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, using the horror genre to kind of explore some of those anxieties about, corporate power or the environment, I think is super interesting.
Yeah. I mean, we live in a world where it feels like sometimes those things are more terrifying than any fictional monster.
Oh, absolutely. And I think a lot of people are feeling that.
Right.
So to see that reflected in a horror movie is really interesting. Yeah, and it seems like it's resonating with audiences too, because Blue Fox Entertainment picked it up for North American release.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, and they called it a timely, violent, yet fun thrill ride, which I think really captures that blend of entertainment and potential social commentary.
Yeah, I like that description.
Yeah.
And Studio Canal is involved in the international distribution, which, that says a lot.
Yeah.
It means that it's got a wider appeal.
Right.
And they were talking about the film's high concept slasher elements.
Oh, interesting.
Which suggests to me that it's not just straight up horror.
Right. It's not just blood and guts.
Yeah, it's not just a mindless slasher.
Yeah, there's something else going on.
Yeah, there's some action and suspense and...
Yeah, you mentioned RKSS and their visual flair.
Oh, yeah. They always bring a really distinct visual style.
Yeah, and I mean, even just from the trailer.
Yeah, even from the trailer, you can see it.
The way they use the lighting and the camera work to create this sense of dread.
Yeah, and like you were saying before, even in a setting that's brightly lit and supposed to be kind of cheerful.
Yeah, home superstore.
Yeah, exactly. And they still managed to make it feel creepy.
Yeah, they're really good at creating atmosphere.
Oh, yeah. And with their track record of blending genres, I have a feeling that Wake Up is going to be more than just a slasher flick.
Yeah, it's going to be something that makes you think a little bit.
Exactly.
So, all right, we've thrown a lot of info at you about Wake Up, but I think it's safe to say that this could be a really strong contender for your next movie night.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a really unique premise, talented filmmakers.
Absolutely.
And it's blending horror and thrills and...
with a little bit of social commentary, maybe?
Yeah. Possibly some social commentary.
Yeah, I think all of that together makes it really stand out.
Yeah, for sure. So definitely keep an eye out for Wake Up.
Definitely check it out.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode of Binge Guide. the next show.
See you next time.
But before we go, I want to leave you with a thought.
Okay.
We were talking about the setting of Wake Up, this home superstore.
Yeah, like at a normal place.
So I'm curious, do you think a place that's so ordinary, that we go to all the time, could that really become like a breeding ground for terror?
It's an interesting question.
Yeah, let us know what you think.
Hit us up on social media.
All right, we'll see you next time.